President Tinubu is the last president we will have in Nigeria.
The worst thing that can happen to any of us is the fact that we heard but we didn't prepare.
This video you're about to watch now is a compilation of scary and mind-blowing prophecies from various men of God. I want you to pay serious attention to all they've said in this video. Like, subscribe, share on all social media platforms, share with your friends and loved ones. God bless you as you do so. Thank you very much and make sure to enjoy.
And pray against the Trump administration bringing more military men, because Nigeria will never be the same again. You might not understand what I'm saying until 5 years time to come. You might not understand what I'm saying until 6 years, 5, 6 years to come. Then you will understand that they will interfere in our issues, and if we are not careful, we will not have any president anymore. That we will not have what? Have any president. And that is the way that we do this thing. Tinubu will be the last president of Nigeria. So I know if a lot of people will insult me, because that's what Nigeria meant for: insult, embarrassment, judgment. Let's just pray for Trump and his administration to leave Nigeria the moment they feel they have handled this stuff, because it's not going to be easy. That is why I said, if we are not careful, Tinubu will be the last president of Nigeria.
If you weren't running for president, which of your two major opponents would you be voting for?
None.
Why not?
None of them is qualified except me.
What are you going to do different? Why should Nigerians be voting for you?
Because I'm different. I am Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I'm very, very confident. I'm the front runner.
You're a very wealthy man.
How do you know?
Well, you know, I mean,
You are not my accountant.
I'm not in your account.
I have investigated the record in Lagos. What's wrong with that?
And I want to move away from that.
It's envy.
I think you've kind of explained that.
Chaos is easy. So bring normalcy and redecorate. It's more difficult.
If
Tinubu wins, all of you are going into jail. That is God has spoken. Just let it go live. Let it go live has spoken. Just the way I've said it. Let me say it in English so that they won't understand. Okay, sir.
If Nigerians vote for APC,
Nigeria
will sink.
We
will swindle in poverty, and the economy will be in shambles. If the government of APC continues, Nigeria will suffer extraordinary. I'm not in support of anybody. As a matter of fact, I don't vote.
Let me be plain to you, Nigerians, without sounding condescending, as the only English I learned in school. I saw your president, Tinubu himself. He sat with his two legs and he crossed his leg and was like this. He was looking at everybody. And he said in that revelation, noise everywhere. And it's true, we are making noise. Forget this one, they are shouting, Tinubu, no, it's different. I saw him sat down with his two legs, he crossed. He said, all I'm hearing is noise. And he said, even your God you call is with me.
The worst thing that can happen to any of us is the fact that we heard but we didn't prepare. Somebody said, man of God, you are talking about solar, that everybody should go and get solar. I told you, go and get solar if you can. There are solar 750,000, there are solars 1 million naira. Buy the one you can buy, but let it be powered by sun. Try and go for something like Starlink's internet, because they will shut down your network. They will shut down your network. They will shut it down. And then there will be darkness in the land. They will do evil. The light will still come up, but they will do evil. And someone say, Man of God, instead of you to be interceding and pray, no. You see, when the prophecy came for the Egyptians in Egypt, when they told them that there's going to be famine, 7 years of plenty and 7 years of none, he didn't tell them to pray and fast to cancel it. He said prepare. God did not even tell them prepare. It was the interpretation that Joseph gave that made them to prepare. So when one is come, it's for you to prepare. The funny things about believers is that they hear the prophets of God, they do nothing about it. The unbelievers hear the prophecies of God and they prepare for it. You see what is happening in the country, ba? The way you are seeing, it looks like by all means that the one we expect to win will not win. By every force is showing that P2B does not have a chance. You see, this is when God shows himself. You know, last year we believed because everything was pointing that he was the one. But we now remove the factor of God and pointed to a man. And the table turned. You see, when all odds are against you, rejoice. Because one with God is majority. In the spiritual realm, I see in the service, I see that we have been surrounded already in the spiritual realm. I talked a bit about it last year. And I said, let us pray about it. You will hear the news that the southeast has been surrounded. However, the Lord said that something can be done if men pray. Because I see where we are being chased out of the land. I told you guys about agriculture. Because I want us to pray a prayer that's going to help us now. I told you guys about agriculture. I told you since 2018, prepare. 2019, every year I was shouting about agriculture. And now finally, you heard about GMO. Finally, you are seeing scarcity of food happening. But I told you. However, the Lord said that something can be done if men pray. Because I see where we are being chased out of the land. I told you guys about that I saw a governor they tried to assassinate the governor. You heard the news that a particular governor fled from a particular assassination that was about to take place. I believe some of these prophecies are the reason why they took down my page on YouTube. Allow me to believe. Yes. But there were so many things I said that I didn't want to push them out there. I just left them there as evidence and witnesses.
Hello Nigerians, you have heard and you have heard again. You have seen the various prophecies from these men of God and you have heard all the different things they have to say. You have heard them talk about Nigeria. You have heard about the scary things that most likely will happen, especially coming with these forthcoming elections that we're about to be in 2027. All that they have emphasized yet again is that we need to pray. We need to pray. Pray for your country, Nigeria. You need to pray for Nigeria. Me and you need to sit up and pray for Nigeria. Nigeria needs help. If we don't sit up and pray and even still go and vote, we need to vote. We really need to stand up and vote. God is going to shock the plans of the evil ones. We need to pray for Nigeria and pray for Nigeria and ensure that this country does not actually sink, as various people have said and prophesied. This prophecy is not to scare you, but to be called to prayer. Thank you very much.